Wigan tomorrow night at the top of this Stones Bidder Championship, as the big league really does build to a climax. Bill is with Peter Fox.
Peter, a lot more satisfying end to that first half after a few nervy errors, I think.
Well, the Leeds reserve team is a lot tougher than the Sheffield reserve team, and you gave them great plaudits last night. This game isn't over. We've still to do a professional job and come away with a win with more than 12 points.
Well, you're in that position at the moment, so it's a case of building on it, I suppose.
Well, the referee's given one try that wasn't a try for Leeds. It's the only one they've scored. You've seen that. So I can't do note about him, and that's the man that worries me.
Peter Fox never short of a word or two. Yes, this Leeds team is really going toe-to-toe, and Gareth Stevens has now come on for Graham Holroyd. So there's another Leeds reserve in this side. Stevens for Holroyd, and Holroyd had such an influence on that first half despite the scoreline currently. But as Peter Fox said, it is Leeds reserves against Bradford at the top of the table.
No doubt about that. And now that Leeds have taken off the only man that perhaps was creating any problems for the Bradford defence, Graham Holroyd, you can virtually say that perhaps if this Leeds reserve side was sinking, well, there's not far to go now. Perhaps a funnel may be showing, but that's about it as far as I'm concerned. It's cheating this game.
It's Leeds who are in possession though, and here is the substitute. Stevens, Maskell the dummy half to O'Neill. Maskell, ball is laid back. It's Paul Cook, the full-back, deposits the ball up the other end to his opposite number, David Watson. Watson, ball out wide to Caudle. Good tackling by Fallon. Watson's there again, looping past to Fox. Here's Gratian. Back to Fox, who stayed up to support the big prop forward. Clark to Hamer to Powell. On the halfway line, Roy Powell. Fairback. Clark. Powell. Pushes away from Pearson, but can't get away from Vasilakopoulos.
You can see clearly that the Leeds defence is just all over the place. Look at that. They're not moving forward. They're hanging back to see what Bradford's about to do. And that spells danger.
Particularly with Newlove in this sort of mood. Clark to Fox. Dabs the kick over the top. It's one for Hall. Carl Hall try! This wonderful run from Carl Hall continues. That's 9 tries in 11 games since he arrived at Odsal. Tremendous, the Kiwi.
There's one way to beat a sliding defence, and that's the chip over into the corner. And there you can see, once it got over the top of Jonathan Scales, big Carl Hall gets the 4-pointer, engineered by the little master, Derek Fox. Was a superb kick. No point a winger going backwards like that. You should stand deeper and go towards the ball. But that's what they call sliding defence, and they paid the price. But well taken by the winger there.
Carl Hall with the try. Derek Fox, 4 goals already. Trying to make it 5 out of 5 for Derek Fox. 124 now for the season for the little man. It's on its way, but he has missed that one. 28 points to 6.
Super execution. You can see poor Jonathan Scales out in no man's land. Once the ball gets over the top, he was all out there on his own. Super finish. Well executed.
Carl Hall, he had 3 games at Hulkingston Rovers last season and scored 2 tries. But did so well for Doncaster earlier on. Now he's doing very nicely, thank you, for Bradford Northern. Cook restarts. Fox collects it, gives it to Dixon, who will run it back at Leeds. O'Neill was there to wait for him this time.
This is where Bradford should start to enjoy the game. Good strong runs by the forwards, dragging the defence quickly. Quick play of the ball, and when you've got men like Derek Fox, Summers and Dave Watson, you can get the link going out wide. And I'm sure we'll see the big figure of Paul Newlove striding away a few times in this second half.
Dixon in possession for Bradford now. Clark is in there at dummy half to Fox. Drifts one over the top. Too much behind that though, that will run dead.
Well, with such a large scoreline, 28 points to 6, Fox won't be too troubled by that heavy kick. It's all down to the defence now.
And Scales drops it. Surrenders possession again to Bradford. Errol Shelford. Brought down by O'Neill. Here's Carl Hall. And it's Fairbank.
They're virtually doing what they want now. They're getting over that advantage line with ease.
Gratian. Good run from Gratian. Good tackling in the end from Steve Pickles. Watson and Fox on the run around, and Powell drops it.
Well, nearly every other forward's dropped it, so he may as well join the clan.
Stevens feeds the scrum, and here's Fallon. One of the few players in the amber and blue for Leeds who will be at Wembley next Saturday. Bradford all offside.
A little bit too eager there. But there you can see the Leeds attack. I think I've said it before, you could have thrown a satellite dish over the lot of them. That means that they've just opted to go one-out football. And really, when you've lost the general like Graham Holroyd, it's going to be a hard task for this Leeds outfit. But they won't throw the towel in, that is for sure. They've got plenty of talent. They boast here at Headingley that they have got some great youngsters. Well, let's see what they can put on for us now.
Here's one of the old-timers, Mike O'Neill, 33 years old. And he has surrendered possession back to Bradford. It's with Dixon. Fox to Newlove.
Well, now it's Leeds that's getting the dropsy. An enormous downpour at the half-time break. So they're making this ball a little bit more slippy.
Hamer with the drive in. Clark, the dummy half. The runner was Fairbank. Gets the ball away to Watson. And he finds Clark. The gap was closed. Watson's there again. To Derek Fox. Back then to Hamer. Now it's Gratian, who applies the brakes and skids. Fox. Caudle misses it. Knock on.
Well, they're queuing up to make the mistakes now, aren't they? Misunderstanding there. Newlove had called the ball out wide. It wasn't a long ball from Fox.
Fallon. Strong run from Fallon. Met head on by Summers. He gets the ball away, though, to his substitute Hassan. Hassan wrestled to the ground by Caudle. Stevens to Donahue. Vasilikopoulos. Good tackling, Fox. Derek Fox certainly wants to be a champion, and if he can't be a champion, he wants to finish second and no lower. They're on course at least for runners-up, and who knows what else after tomorrow night.
Well, they've sorted the defence out of Bradford. Look at that, they're moving up quickly. They're forcing Leeds into one-out football all the time.
Donahue hoists the high kick and races after it himself, but Watson came and met it confidently.
And a good kick from Donahue. Plenty of height, and he chased up well. Watson took it under a lot of traffic.
Summers gets the ball away. Here's Caudle, now with Derek Fox. He stopped and found Fairbank. Vasilikopoulos with the tackle. Don't forget, tomorrow night, it'll all be decided. Oldham against Wigan. They have to win to get above Warrington, and by the looks of things they will have to win to get above Bradford, and win it on points difference for the second season in succession. Have Oldham finally got the key to this title? Watson racing up. Watson skips round Stevens, can't get away from Vasilakopoulos. Clark, Fox, Northern now rampant, Fairbank, but he drops it. The ball went backwards, it's play on with Summers. Last tackle here. Newlove, the dummy half to Fox, dabs it into a bit of space, and Paul Cook just shepherds the ball over the line.
Having the time of his life now is Derek Fox. The pressure eased off. They've got the points they needed that could win them the championship. And look at that defence. But that man will control things from here on in.
Leeds trying to engineer something out of it with Ian Scott. Maskill to Stevens. Donahue takes the ball away to O'Neill neatly. Pearson, they keep the ball alive well. This is the fullback, Paul Cook. What a lovely run from him. The support is out wide from Innes if he needs it. Cook for the corner. Oh, that's a great try. That is superb play from young Paul Cook. Only 17.
The first time the two halfbacks combined, the substitute Gareth Stevens and Donahue, they did the run around to allow this man to set sail for the line. We said he had speed, and when you take on a man of international class as Dave Watson, you need it. Grit and determination. I'm going to take him on. He got it in the top gear there, and you can see Watson has to desperately go for him. That is a great try.
The 17-year-old Paul Cook, he has scored 6 tries this season, and every one of them have been scored here at Headingley. And with Holroyd off, Cook is going to try and increase that Leeds tally. Great play from the young fullback, though. Wing and standoff also this season. This is his 9th start of the campaign. He's given it a chance, but it's just slid wide of the post. 10-28.
This is what the run around and the inside pass from Donahue did. Look at the gap that was left there. For once, the Bradford defence was left squandered. Keeping it alive, that's what it's all about. And look at the speed of the man. Inside step. It had stretched the defence, and he took them to it. Great try.
Had some speed, didn't he? Bradford have restarted. Leeds are back in possession. Great try from Cook. Leeds starting to run with a bit of vim and vigour. That's Jonathan Scales. Takes play the ball to himself.
I'm not so sure he played it. I thought he just bounced it.
Donahue picks it up. It went through the legs of Maskill. Suddenly Leeds are starting to run with a lot more encouragement, and the crowd are beginning to find their voice also. Here's Vasilakopoulos.
Well, if they scored again, the alarm bells will start sounding in the Bradford camp.
Stevens drops the ball, but it went backwards. It's play on. It's the last tackle. Good work by the prop forward Pearson, who dropped on the loose ball. Maskill slides one to the corner. That's too quick. Too much power.
He knows it. Disappointed by it. The experienced Maskill took the option. See, Watson was positioned right in the far corner. A little bit too strong. Now Bradford really have got to roll up the sleeves, get down to back to hard work. They've allowed Leeds to get 4 points. They can't afford to allow them to get any more.
Good tackle that by Pearson on Hamer. Cruncher. Finished off by number 15, Hassan. Fox to Gratian. Donahue sticking to Gratian like glue. And eventually they bring him down. Right on the halfway line. Here's Fairbank. Dixon was going through the gap, and it was high from O'Neill.
No doubt about it. Swinging right arm. Boom. Hit the shoulder first. Finished up over there. Perhaps a little bit unlucky there, O'Neill, to be caught out. Impact on the shoulder to start with. There's the impact that went right underneath the chin eventually. Now this is where Bradford should really apply the pressure, and that's why they've opted to take the kick into touch. Possession vital. Another try would perhaps kill Leeds off altogether. Deny the little flurry that's come back into the Leeds camp.
8 penalties in the match, 5 of them going to Bradford. At the latest, this is Powell. 18 points the gap. It's all right yet for Bradford, but they're looking to add more to their score here with Fairbank. Tosses the ball back to Newlove. Newlove dabs it forward. Just got a little nudge on him there. That's a try for Newlove. Vasilakopoulos nudged him, but Newlove had all the strength and power to go through and touch down. He's been hurt.
He's big, he's strong, and he's effective. Watson takes it on the angle. Fairbank's strength keeps it alive. There's no option out wide. The little kick, here it comes, nice step. But look at the strength and the determination. Took a while for Innes to get going. Innes decided to kick, but I'm afraid the hands of Paul Newlove got there first. Bradford so good at the switch inside. The big man, Carl Fairbank, so often as he's done this season, keeping the ball alive. You could see the gap, Newlove. Little kick through. Vasilakopoulos tried to put him off. Innes couldn't get there with the boots.
Paul Newlove, 2 tries this afternoon for him. They have not won here in league football since 1988, Bradford Northern. But they're about, I think, to change that particular habit. Fox with the extra 2. 34 points to 10.
You can see quite clearly there that the gap, they just hung back, not in a straight line, the defence. And he took the opportunity. Vasilakopoulos tried to shoulder him away. It really did take a lot of time there. Innes a bit too slow on that occasion. Caught a knee in the back for his pains. Bit of a grimace, but it could all be wiped away if Wigan lose tomorrow. Championship medal.
Referee holds the clock up while substitutions are made. Details from Bill.
Bradford Northern just hoping to increase their advantage now. Sent on more ammo in the shape of Holding and Heron. Sounds like a firm of solicitors. Neil Holding and Dave Heron on. Off come Carl Hall, a try scorer already, and Paul Dixon.
So, fresh legs from Holding, and here he is. 32 years old, 4 caps for Great Britain in 1984. This is Newlove. Grounded by Fallon. Holding's gone into dummy half. He's the Alliance team coach at Odsal. Holding again, immediately involved, and now Hamer. Holding again, Fox. Drops the kick into the corner. All Cook's after it, but I don't think Cook will be needed, and he won't be.
You won't worry about that, Derek Fox. Saved his forwards a lot of work. All we have to do is defend now, realising that Leeds don't have a great firepower in the pack. Quite confident that can just hold them down within their own half.
O'Neill with the run. It's Holding and Furbank who bring him down. Leeds have made a change. Gareth Stevens has gone off, and he has been replaced by number 6, Graham Holroyd. So Holroyd returns for the last 20 minutes or so. Donahue from dummy half. Just drills the ball along the ground, aiming it for the corner. It just won't find touch. Just didn't have enough strength on it. Good follow-up chasing, though, by Donahue to bring Neil Summers down.
It's amazing what a rugby league ball can do, isn't it? Oh, that was near to Shepherd. Powell nearly decided to go back around the man. Fortunately, he kept on moving forward.
Gratian trying to muscle his way upfield. Peter Fox doesn't look happy, does he? Even though his team are very much in the driving seat. And Bradford have had the greater of the possession. A couple of players on a hat-trick in this match. Newlove is one of them. David Watson is the other. Little kick over the top. Watson's after it. Oh, well picked up by Holroyd. Midway through this second half then. 34-10.
Good defence there. Well picked up there. Really did put his body on the line.
Motley and Scott can go nowhere. Challenged by Clark. Here's Donahue. Donahue, the man who arrived here on loan from Lee earlier in the season.
Good defence though from Bradford.
Powell just got a hand to it and patted it down as Vasilakopoulos tried to lift the ball over his head.
Well, the idea was there. A pretty tall fella is Powell. That'll be a head and feed to Leeds. Well, it's been played in a good spirit.
Paul Gratian, I think, needs some attention. Referee's now happy. Play on. Cook to Innes. Gets away from Holding. Innes and from Watson. Can't get through those two, though. Hamer and Powell. Maskill. This is Scott again. Maskill to O'Neill. Captain for the day, Mike O'Neill. Very much in the reckoning for Wembley too, with the likes of Rose and Harman out injured. Holroyd is a little ambitious, and Summers collected it on the line. Watson. Hamer with the strong run.
Run well as a prop forward, Hamer. Created a beautiful try in the first half.
Oh, Gerald Caudle. They were allowed to play on first of all when the ball went backwards. Then Caudle got a hand to it, knocked it forward.
Well, we normally call this end of season blues, but that normally applies to a team who is playing their last game of the season. Bradford are not. They're in the playoffs.
Vasilakopoulos is limping into his position at the back of the scrum. Donahue to Cook. Certainly the second half for Leeds illuminated by that try from Cook. But it has been Bradford's day in the sunshine here at Headingley so far. Survived early scares and have survived some uncharacteristic handling errors and have now a 34-10 lead that should be good enough to secure second place at least, and depending on what happens tomorrow night at Oldham, I wonder if it will be the championship. But here's Innes, the ball out wide to Fallon, and Fallon is brought to earth by Watson.
That's got to be a penalty.
Heron's all over him.
Late tackle, plop, call it whatever you like.
But it's a forward pass that the referee has ruled here.
Well, the last pass from Fallon, to Fallon, should I say, from Craig Innes was deemed forward. Was as well. You can see the ball going well forward of that quarter line. Nice tackle though from Dave Watson.
Holding, picked up brilliantly one-handed by Shelford. Good chase though by Innes. Is that a knock-on? No. Neil Summers gets benefit of the doubt.
He just caught it in time.
Good drive from Heyman up to the halfway line.
He really has worked hard. One of the few forwards that hasn't dropped the ball today as well.
Heron. Good stuff from Heron. Pearson sticking to his task there quite well. Holding to Fox and then on further out wide to Watson. Shelford with the diagonal run. These Leeds youngsters have worked hard, they really have. But they've had no answer to Bradford Northern today. Clark. Ball inside, Fox, quick hands. Bradford are the eager, they want it. This is last tackle. Fairbank arrows the kick across the face of play and straight out.
When a forward is left in a tight situation, it usually turns out to be a pretty poor kick. And that's what has occurred on that occasion.
Maskill. Second row of Pickles. Donahue, the scrum half.
He's worked hard as Steve Pickles. Well, when everybody expected Bradford to finish with a magnificent flourish.
Maybe they will. Shelford has it back.
I was just about to say perhaps at all.
Well, errors on both sides. Steve-O, I hate to say it, but it is not championship quality that we're seeing here from Bradford.
Unfortunately not. As most coaches normally say, glad to get that one out of the way. Usually go through the horror period sometime during the season. The mistakes, I'm afraid if Bradford make the same mistakes in their quest to get to Old Trafford, they could be out on the first game.
Well, all they had to do was come here and win by more than 12 points to increase the pressure on Wigan tomorrow night. And Cordell, I don't think he liked that challenge from Donahue, and he left the ball behind.
Donahue just grabbed him by the shirt. It's allowed.
But the referee's given the penalty against the Leeds scrum half.
Well, I can't believe that.
Head high is the decision.
Looked to me as though he grabbed the shirt. Just grabs at the shirt. There you see. Well, Cordell now decides he doesn't like to be tackled.
12 minutes to go. Gratian in possession for Bradford. Penalty now to Leeds, and Gratian says something out of turn to the referee.
Well, you've got to release the football and play it with the foot. Never left his hands. That's in the rules. Now, when a team is running by 34 points to 10, you don't come up with errors like that. Mistakes. Silly play.
Maskill the dummy half. Donahue. O'Neill. Tries to get the ball out to Innes, manages to do so, but not in the most conventional manner. Maskill there, dummy half to Donahue. Certainly enjoyed plenty of possession just lately, this young Leeds side. Second row, it is Scott. Brings the ball forward. Watson shuttles his way across.
He did well there, Powell, didn't he? And got away with it. He shepherded Scott. Didn't make any attempt to go to the football, just made sure he put himself between the ball and the advancing second rower.
Heron. Grounded. Clark to Roy Powell. Certainly the ex-Leeds contingent in the Bradford Northern jerseys today will be enjoying this moment. Darryl Shelford. Good ball inside to him from Holding, and Shelford stabbed it forward, has invited Neil Summers for a run, and the Leeds number 6, Graham Holroyd, has come up with it.
It was a nice kick from Shelford, but it was well read by Graham Holroyd, who's playing in full-back position now. Well, they're still eager, this Bradford defence. That has been one highlight of this game. They're still moving forward and putting in the crunch tackles. Into the last 10 minutes now, and this is the moment where perhaps Bradford don't do anything silly. Tempers can flare, what we call squaring up, and oh, bad mistake.
It's catching, isn't it? The ball was from Hassan to Donahue, and Donahue just dropped it under no pressure. So Bradford on the turnover, 10 metres short of the Leeds line. Clark the dummy half. Here's Hamer now, driving in towards the post. Hamer's at strength. All down. Chance perhaps for Bradford to finish on a high. That's great tackling though by Innes on Fox. Clark. Ball inside to Watson. Watson on a hat-trick. Back to Fox. Keep the ball alive well. This is Holding. Now Fairbank. Here's Newlove. He's a hat-trick. Cornell and a try for Cornell. Big smile on the Welshman's face. 16th try of the season. A try in the last Bradford win here in the Yorkshire Cup in 1990, and a try here as Bradford aim for the championship.
This has been one of the great features of Bradford throughout this season, the ability to keep the ball alive. Never say die attitude. If you can get the chance to keep the ball moving, then they do, and that's what they do on that occasion. Nice little dummy by Holland, then held back. Newlove brings in the winger, and Gerald Caudle finishes off superbly. A great feature throughout the season. Watson, an elusive runner, drags him 4 men. That's how the overlap came about. It was just a matter of time, wasn't it? There you could see the winger coming in and Caudle finishing off.
Yes, Gerald Caudle, 4 tries against Hull on Easter Monday when Bradford were beaten. Fox with the kick. Tremendous kick off the touchline by Derek Fox, the Bradford captain, whose spirit this season really has epitomised this Bradford team. 40 points to 10. Big win at Headingley for Bradford.
Super execution. Only a small guy, but look at the power there. Well, will we see the flourish with the stamp of the champions on it to lift the spirits of the Bradford fans? They know they've won this. They know it's all down till tomorrow. Can Oldham beat Wigan? Don't miss it.
Yeah, don't miss that one. It's Oldham Wigan tomorrow night, live and exclusive on Sky Sports at 7 o'clock. We're at the Watersheddings, and quite simply, it's all boiled down to the fact now that Wigan must win. They must win to go above Bradford and Warrington at the top of the table. Greg Mackey has watched this very patiently alongside. We should be wiping a tear from his eye now because, Greg, it looks like for Warrington it's all over.
Oh yeah, it certainly looks like we've lost the championship now. Great effort by Bradford. They're still scoring a lot of points even though they've made a hell of a lot of mistakes. I mean, eventually this Leeds defence has just crumbled every now and then. And oh, here we go. They're having to go down the blind side, but Bradford, really enjoying themselves out there, I think.
Yes, I think they are now. They're on their way back to the top of the table, but Leeds, in the shape of, I was going to say Innis, want to end on a better note than that.
If it wasn't Bradford, now it's Leeds.
But I mean, I know that the lads are all watching this back home in Warrington. They won't have enjoyed the afternoon, I'm sure, as Bradford have run in the points. But it's been a great effort from all three sides at the top of the table, hasn't it? All three of you.
Yeah, it's certainly been interesting. We've had it on TV, Friday night, now Saturday, and everyone gets another look come Monday evening. So, the rugby league spectators have been given a lot to look at.
Yes, it's a spectacular, and here's the hat-trick from Newlove. Paul Newlove with the try, the strength, the speed, the power, and Newlove's 3 tries here today, and the points just keep on coming.
That finalises a beautiful end to a championship programme for the big fellow, Paul Newlove. The Bradford Northern coach, Peter Fox, said that I want this man. They bought him from Featherstone. It cost an arm and a leg, but he really has revitalised Northern this season. Superb buy.
Paul Newlove, £245,000 worth of talent, and the Bradford Northern flags and banners are out. Derek Fox again, and hits the post and goes over, and the points tally goes clicking ever onward. 46 points to 10. First hat-trick, by the way, for Newlove in the big league for Bradford this season.
He'll be happy with that. A season tinged with controversy. The man refused to go down to the World Sevens in Sydney. Decided to come back and play for Great Britain eventually. But what a great season it's been for him.
And it's not over yet. Bradford will have eyes on Old Trafford and the Premiership. This win assures them at least home ties in the opening 2 rounds of the Premiership on the way to Old Trafford. And who knows? Trevor Clark has gone off, by the way, to be replaced by Paul Dixon, who in 1986, there he is in possession of the ball now, as an ever-present in the Halifax team, lifted the championship. Will he lift the championship with Bradford?